Through a more in-depth look at the biographical film Bohemian Rhapsody and breaking down the genre's most distinct features while learning how this genre is distinguishable among other types of biopics. After release in 2018, Bohemian Rhapsody astonishingly became the highest grossing drama biopic ever, making around $844 million in revenue. The movie also won Best Drama at the Golden Globes and was a contender for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Bohemian Rhapsody is a biopic drama film about Freddie Mercury, the lead singer of the British rock band Queen. I have chosen this specific trailer as I felt it was able to depict and portray the drama genre beautifully. The casting directors for the film wanted to make the biopic as authentic as possible when referring to Mercury's life, and that even came down to the actor's appearance. They made sure that the actors in the film shared a resemblance to the actual band members. Furthermore, a good dramatic film is able to convey characters' emotions, whether they're at their best or their worst, or anything in between for the matter. When watching the trailer by itself, the audience can already tell that this film portrays a strong sense of realism by showcasing Mercury during his best performances, his worst downfalls, his love life, etc. As stated before, the genre we will be studying through Bohemian Rhapsody's trailer is drama. Dramatic films are the largest film genre because they include a broad spectrum of films. While drama is a subgenre in biopics, it is still prominently used in recent biopic movies such as Rocketman, Judy 2, Bad Education, and more. Western drama films originated in classical Greece, and the theatrical culture of Athens produced three main types of drama: tragedy, comedy, and satire play. These types of films rely heavily on the serious representations and stories of realistic characters that either face conflict with themselves or others. Because Bohemian Rhapsody is a biopic, the directors made sure to make the film an accurate representation of Freddie Mercury's life, thus showing that Mercury's main adversities were within himself, either it being by him struggling to gain recognition and rise into stardom, his struggles with his sexuality, or his rise and drop in fame. The list goes on and on. The actors were also required to sing the songs live alongside backing tracks to create the most authentic look throughout the film. The producers also tried to keep stunt doubles/performers to a minimum to give the film the realest effect possible. Mise-en-scene was also a big factor that was considered and thought out throughout the entire project's production, from the hair and makeup to mimic Mercury's look as accurately as possible, to the lighting that gave the trailer and film variety and dynamic. The directors and the producers did everything they could to accentuate the dramatic effect throughout the movie's scenes, thus making the trailer have the same effect. The editing throughout the trailer was climactic, elaborating on this later, which kept the audience hooked, but then transitioned through music and overall atmosphere and aura by implementing comedic scenes right after. To begin my analysis on this trailer and the transitions used within it, we must first understand the choice of clips. The clips used in the beginning of the trailer vary from clips that were in the film, while some weren't featured, but ultimately the clips used from 000 to 024 were simple close-up shots of Freddie Mercury, as you will see now. These shots included his cats eating to a close-up shot of his reflection in the rear view mirror of his car, etc. All of these eventually showed Freddie stepping on stage, but keep in mind we still haven't seen his full face up until now. Anyway, let's get into the transition. The first transition is commonly used throughout the editing spectrum, whether you're an amateur or a professional. The producers matched the audio/music with the visuals, which is exciting for the audience as they already have something aesthetically pleasing and lined up to watch. After that, the clip fades out to another scene in which we see Mercury's back, centered within the background and the light shining in. I found this to be artistic and a good use of mise-en-scene. After the two first clips, we then see three clips of what seems to be stage prepping play right after each other, no transition in between, just a clean cut. This was a good choice as they made their point, but they weren't messy or chaotic when doing so. After a clip of a close-up shot of the guitar, we can see the fading out and fading in returns as it matches with the music playing in the background. The clip fades out and we see the first words in the trailer, which read, the only thing over here. Right here was a smart move from the editors, as they made the sentence spaced out throughout multiple black screens, so you would have to stay to see what it said. Then a series of the same transitions take over, simple cuts and fade-ins and fade-outs, all to match the music in the background. The next few words are more extraordinary and are paired up with a black screen background. After a couple more clips where we now partially see Mercury's face, we then see the last two pieces of text stating, then their music, right over here, is his story. Altogether, it says the only thing more extraordinary than their music is his story, which is an amazing introductory to a biopic if you ask me. When the last bit of text played, the music faded out to a more lighthearted beat, while the next clip faded in as well to match the audio. Over here, we now see Freddie's full face. I found this part of the trailer to be an amazing intro, and it intrigued me. Now, let's skip to the section over here. Here is one of the many J cuts featured in the film.
You need to slow down, Fred.
As we can see here, the audio overlaps the first video, and then the actual scene where the actor saying the words is played right after. There are many of these cuts throughout the trailer, but another cut that is shown throughout the trailer is the L cut, which is right over here. Here we can see that this close-up shot of Freddie Mercury singing, and then it moves to another clip while the song continues to. Many of the clips featured in this trailer are chosen very thoroughly and carefully so that the audience is able to see the dramatic side of things, hooking them in and making sure that they want to watch the movie. The beginning of the trailer is very impactful, and these simple but effective transitions, which we have seen, but I will replay, make the movie look captivating and engaging. The very beginning, where Mercury hits the side of the car and the music continues, which we have just seen, has a very dramatic and musical element to it, and was a very smart choice by the editors, as it intrigued the viewers and kept them hooked. Editing is an essential feature. It has the ability to alter the entire momentum of the trailer, and as we saw here,
I enjoyed the show. I also write a song. Our lead singer just quit, but then you're gonna need someone new.
here's a change of scenery and transition, as well as the music. We see here that the entire pace and atmosphere of the trailer changed. The different transitions can also escalate conflict and change the atmosphere of the scene, like we saw. All of this depending on the editing style and the organization of the clips. Section 3. Throughout this assignment, I have taught myself how to distinguish between varieties of different cuts and transition, and how the placement of both can impact the overall result of my project. I'll be implementing this new knowledge into the creation of my own biopic, while adding specific transitions that will support the flow and momentum of the storyline that I have chosen. These visuals will create an aesthetically pleasing biopic that isn't too chaotic but isn't boring to the viewer either. I'll also be using my newfound knowledge on the drama genre to help me make decisions on things such as the placement of the music and when I should add text so that it dramatizes my biopic to an acceptable level while entertaining the audience. I'll also be using this knowledge to choose a topic that can be exaggerated to the point of entertainment while also making sure to stay realistic and keep the representation accurate. To create my trailer, I'll be laying out a plan that will help me arrange my separate clips in a way where the storyline will be meaningful and interesting. Since my biopic will revolve around my songwriting journey, I'll also be using a song titled I Miss You, I'm Sorry by the talented Gracie Abrams, as she was one of my biggest inspirations at the moment, and that song initiated the whole idea. I got this idea after watching the trailer for Bohemian Rhapsody, as they used their most popular song as the introduction of the film, and I felt that the topic that they have chosen was extremely entertaining and captivating and could somewhat relate to my songwriting journey as well.